Sure.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Alicia Case. I am with the Program Working Group for US Greenbuild, and we have a People's Choice session here, and I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, but it's a really great session. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, just let us know afterwards, and we'll go ahead and get started. So, if you want to take it away.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. It's such a good turnout. My name is Bob Drew. I'll do a short introduction of the panel here, and we'll jump right into it. I'm the founder of Ecovie Water Management. I'll explain what that is. Duke Graham is a sustainability consultant from the Los Angeles area. He'll explain what he's up to. And Richard Hanson is the owner of Georgia Water Tanks here in Atlanta. And we're here to talk about some case studies related to water management, specifically LEED, LBC, and well projects for greywater and rainwater collection. So what we're going to learn, I'm not going to read that, but number one, we're going to show how typically our type of projects or what we do in buildings gets hidden downstairs in a utility room where it's out of sight and so forth. In these cases, both for Eataly Interface and the Kendeda Center, we have our equipment in plain view and interactive for people to see how it all works, and you'll see how that goes. We're going to get into a little bit of the recycling technology for greywater, but more so about the permitting and approvals and the process and why we're doing it. Same thing for potable or drinking water from rainwater from the rooftop, and Richard will talk about that. And then finally wrapping up on how this fits into our various certifications. So just a background on on-site water management, what we're talking about. We're talking about various types of source waters in a building that are actually used on-site to replace either well water or municipal water. So you can have gray water, which is your showers, laundry, bathroom sinks, condensate, rainwater that falls on your rooftop, storm water that falls on the ground, or even nuisance groundwater that is drainage water that we capture and use on site. And then finally, black water is your toilets and kitchen water. So all those source waters we use on site for various purposes, up to and including drinking water. So we have most of our projects, most of what we do is collecting water on site for non-potable uses, but we're also doing, and you'll see it in one of our projects here, potable use of rainwater. Just a quick overview of technology that's used on our first project, which was the Eataly project in Los Angeles, is we used an aqualoop technology, which is greywater recycling with NSF 350 certification. And Duke will explain why that's important for our approvals. But basically taking greywater from the building, treating it, and then using it for all non-potable uses on site. And with that, I think I'm ready to hand it off.
Thanks, Bob. Excuse me. Thanks for being here. As Bob mentioned, we did consulting on the Eataly project. How many, do you guys know Eataly? How many have ever been to an Eataly store? All right. And how about the one in Los Angeles, more specifically? A couple? All right. It's good to know because I'll explain the store a little bit and the system, of course, and all the kind of key points that we're talking about. But really, a couple of things are really emerging in my mind just in the last couple of days about this project, and it kind of hit home during the keynote today. That was a great, amazing keynote, I thought. I don't know if you guys all went to it.
Put my 2 cents worth in on that. My version or my answer to this, when we're talking about commercial buildings, the capital costs, it's all about the approval, the amount of treatment that we did to make the approval easy for the Kendeda Building, for example. That was where the cost, in my view, came in. We do testing of water that has the UV treatment, the sediment treatment, just like the non-potable system at the Interface Building. That water is potable. uncomfortable with that. It's really to prove it for the approval process for commercial buildings. We have a number of other installations on the residential scale throughout Atlanta. Richard mentioned that, and the treatment train for that to meet the Atlanta potable rainwater ordinance is a lot less challenging or less costly. And it actually does cost more for that treatment, but you're offsetting the cost of the plumbing, where you don't have to have dual plumbing going to non-potable to potable, so it actually offsets. So my point is, it's not necessarily an added cost, depending on the situation. And we talk about going to potable as a demonstration in the LBC or in LEED Net Zero type projects. That is true. It's aspirational. We're proving what can be done. There are, however, other situations where, say you have saltwater intrusion on a coast, where your well is salty and your well is going up and down with the tide. You're going to have better water collecting it off the rooftop, or as an example. Most of our cases where we get our water from, that's not the case. So it is going into more of a aspirational, seeing what we can do kind of situation. And yes, I would say it's more of the clients are coming to us rather than us trying to convince the client to go to LBC water pedal or LEED Net Zero or whatever the goal might be.